God.
Like when you make soap,
here.
like, is that the mixer you're using right now?
Yeah, coconut oil, olive oil. That's what makes it Castile soap. It's mostly olive oil. Shea butter is my favorite.
I like
shea butter
butter
in all my soaps. And palm oil.
Well, don't you have to use like a...
Lye and water.
So these are all your ingredients here, and this is...
No, these are my supplies. That's everything I use. Oh. Don't leave me.
Uh-oh. So this in here is like your scents and...
Well, this is just stuff that's made. My scents, the things that I scent with. Oh, my oils. Let's see. All my supplies are in here. Oils.
Wow,
Oils.
yeah.
And oils. These are my coconut oil and all my shea butter. I buy them in big tubs. These are all my additives and other extra emollient oils and things are in those. My colorants, I only use all natural colorants. I don't even use the aquamarines or any of the metals. I refuse to. The only thing I use is clay and herbals.
So what is your soaps mostly made out of? I mean,
olive oil, palm oil, coconut, the lye solution, and then I scent them with essential oils and I texturize them with plant-based materials and clays.
Wow. So when you're going to make a batch of soap, what do you start with? Can you just run me through like the basics?
Yeah, you have to...
you put it on a pot?
Well, I put it on a pot to heat up my oils. You have to put melt all your oils together, all your hard oils, and then you...
like hard oil would be like
your coconut,
coconut, olive oil. Okay.
They're butter, like butters, all your stuff that's like a butter texture. In the old days, they would have used lard, but I use only vegetable based. I make vegan soaps. The only thing that I add to my soaps that maybe isn't vegan is if I use milk, or if I use beeswax for the honey, or a honey oil, or every once in a while you get an essential oil that is an animal-based product. You know, there's the musks and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that can be considered not vegan, but
for
the most part I'm vegan. And I try to use organic whenever absolutely possible.
When you can get it.
Yeah, some things are just like olive oil. I tend to just buy that from the grocery store.
Right.
I consider it organic because I buy the better brand, the ones that's known to be a better company.
Right.
Environmentally friendly, but I can't say that, you know, there's just some things you can't either afford or can't get organic. But, so then I mix the water and the lye, that solution, and then you have to sit and wait and let them both get the right temperature. Once all your oils are melted down, then once they're both the right temperature, you put them in your bowl and mix them together until they get thick like a cake batter.
Oh, and then you pour it into the vats.
Then you pour it into your thing, and as you're pouring it, it's actually hardening. It's like a really quick process. Once it tonifies, you have to go at it and pretty much pour it in there. And then the next morning, you open it up, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's still gummy. I mean, you have to be careful. Sometimes you have to open it, but let it sit before you can put it in your cutting mold or cut it or whatever.
So you can put essential oils directly into...
Now you put the essential oils in before it actually hardens up. When you mix everything together and you think, okay, it's almost to that point where I can pour it.
Right.
That's when you go ahead and mix your essential oils and your powders and your, you know, clay.
Any of your extra stuff.
Yeah, any of your extras go in.
That was always the mystery to me. It was like, how do they, you know, because you don't want it to...
Yeah, you don't want it to actually, you want it to incorporate, but you don't want it to bother the actual chemical process.
Right.
So you have to let it complete the actual start of the, the process goes all the way for a month until it's actually, yeah, this is actually not fully soap until a month after, because I just made these this week, so another 3 to 4 weeks.
How long does it take to harden?
About 3 to 4 weeks. Otherwise it's,
really?
Yeah, and otherwise it can... It's considered caustic and can hurt your skin. You don't ever want to use fresh soap, which is another reason why I've seen people say they cut soap when you order it. I don't want mine cut when I order it. I want it to air. The best soap is, you know, the older paired out.
Oh,
Maybe
I
less
didn't-
scented, but the better the longer it
Right.
sits, the better the actual soap is.
So can you
And-
hold up some of your soaps and tell us about like which, what they are and
Well,
like to clear complexion?
I don't have a whole lot of. All my soaps are considered therapeutic soaps because they're all natural and they use. But this, like I said, is my complexion bar, which would be for
Right.
any kind of eczema, psoriasis,
Right.
acne, anything that you have your skin off balance.
And that's
This
tea
is
tree,
tea tree,
oatmeal.
almond, and apricot is in this also. And it's a little bit lighter as far as my lye content. I don't overdo it on my lye content with this one because you don't want it to be too harsh.
Right.
You just want it to be good and cleansing.
So what else do we
And
have?
then most of my other ones are just scents. Like I just kind of go with the scent thing. The Good Earth.
What
This
is
is one
that?
of my really good sellers. It's patchouli with jasmine, rose, and ylang ylang, which makes and vanilla, and it kind of makes this sweet, strange, almost you can't quite figure out if you like it or not. And then for some reason I don't know if you can smell one of my best.
Well, patchouli is always
But
interesting
patchouli,
smell. You
when
either love it
mix
or hate it.
Somehow when it mixes with the vanilla and the flowers, you get this very strange, sweetsy, earthy, you're not quite sure what it is, but it's...
Yeah,
that's one of my best
I have a
sellers.
lot of experience with essential oils, so I'm pretty...
And then like the flower power you were saying, that's all flowers and patchouli.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful.
All the really strong flowers, ylang ylang, rose,
Yeah.
all those. Floral Fantasy, that's orange, and all the sweet, gentle, springy flowers. That's what most little girls like, or the teenagers, or that's my little girl's
Floral
favorite.
Fantasy.
I like that one. It's real clean, fruity, and sweet. But it tends to be one of my less strong scented ones.
Right.
It fades really fast. So I end up using a lot of that one myself because if I don't use them fast, and they'll go. This one is patchouli. If you like patchouli, this one is patchouli and orange.
Indian summer, yum. That's supposed to be
And that
good.
makes a really warm, very strong patchouli
Here,
smell.
you want to get down?
No.
All right.
And then Zen Garden is lavender, lemon, and patchouli, which is very, very clean, Irishy spring. People always compare it to the Irish Spring smell. I never liked the Irish Spring, so I think it smells better. This one, I was telling one of the girls about this one on the site because she likes the verbena.
Yeah.
See, the lemons tend to not, any of the lemon bases tend to not hold up real well in soap. The smell doesn't. So I mix all the lemons together with tea tree.
Oh, wow.
And then you get this really,
that's interesting. Yeah.
like a really, you
I
can
like
definitely
that.
smell the verbena and the lemongrass.
The lemongrass, you use the
They have
oil?
to kind of back each other up. You know what I mean? Lemon tends to be one of them ones that'll fall
Like about
apart
how
without
many,
it.
would you say, how many drops
Oh, I use 8 teaspoons, 7 to 8 teaspoons in
per
every
batch?
That's why I can't afford to do a whole lot more than what I do.
Well, but are you getting your cost back on your soaps?
Yeah, I do. But I make them for myself anyway.
Right.
But if I could make them, like I said, in larger batches, then I could probably make a little better
Buy
profit.
bulk.
But I refuse to make them cheapy and with, to me it's the fun of making them and trying to get a certain smell and a certain look. I enjoy doing it, so I just kind of share whatever,
Yeah.
whatever else.
Well, so